all my lovelies, and welcome to your reading today. Once again, this reading was inspired by actually two of my wonderful Etsy clients. I want to give a shout out to them. Hi Micah, hi Alicia, and thank you so much for your suggestions for this reading. For those of you who don't know, I have an Etsy shop, and every once in a while I post a free reading listing where you simply message me on Etsy with what pick a card idea you would like, and I do it for you, and I designate a pile specifically for you in that reading. So I do have a pile for Alicia and a pile for Micah, but if you feel called to that pile, it means that there is definitely a message in there for you, and it will resonate for you as well. Here in a bit, I'm going to flash an image of all of the piles. They're here in front of me. We do have 5 of them. So all the messages are going to be very positive, very uplifting. If you are in a dark place right now, if you're going through a difficult period, this reading could be such a blessing for you, and that's what I'm hoping and praying for. If any of you all need personal readings, my Etsy shop link is in the bio below. I also throw in an Etsy shop link for my sister's earring shop. She makes some amazing earrings, and I want to show some support and love to my family as well. I also want to thank you all so much for leaving me a like, leaving me a comment, subscribing to my channel. I am overwhelmed with the amount of support I've been receiving from all of you, and I don't think some of you even realize how much a simple like or a comment really helps to boost my channel, and it just makes it feel all so much more worth it to me to get that sort of reception and that sort of feedback from you guys. It really makes my day, and it also helps my readings reach more people that need to hear this message, because YouTube picks up on the activity on the video, and if it's getting quite a bit, it will promote it to other individuals. So even though just hitting that like button doesn't feel like much to you, it does so much more than you realize. So I just want to thank you all so much for doing that, and for connecting with me in that way. And if you have recently joined as a subscriber, welcome to you. I want to send you guys a lot of love and tell you that I'm so excited to have you a part of my lovely little YouTube family over here. Okay, enough jibber jabber from me. Let's get to the piles. I'll flash a picture so you all can choose. I'll see you guys at your piles. So this reading is going to cover blessings that Spirit is trying to bring to you in the next few months. Therefore, things you can look forward to, and it could be in regards to career, your legacy, your relationships in general, or your love life. Really anything that could be coming in. But I want you to also make sure that as you watch this reading, as you listen to this reading, tap into the abundance this reading is trying to bring you. Tap into that positivity, because readings are an indicator of possibilities in our future, but only if we connect to that path and stay on that path. We as humans have free will, and we can alter the course of our path at any moment. So this will be a peek into the future of what Spirit, what your guides, what your angels really want to bring to you, but they need you to be open and willing and ready to accept it, to receive it. Hi pile number 1, welcome to your reading. I'm excited to see what you guys have to look forward to in the coming months. Keep in mind that it's so important that right now you go ahead and take a few deep breaths, tap into some positive energy, a positive mindset. Say a mantra in your head as you listen to this reading, something like, I believe, I'm ready to receive, because these are things Spirit wants to manifest for you, but you have to be in a receptive state in order to receive this abundance, okay? So let's take a peek into what Spirit wants to bring you so that you can start getting excited and believing that it's coming, so that you can manifest this in your life. Okay, so the first card I want to take a look at are the tarot cards, and then we will get into the oracle cards, and I have plenty. Okay, so we have, sorry, these cards are in Portuguese. Oh, this is the High Priestess, Papissa. For those of you who don't know, my husband's actually Brazilian, and I speak some Portuguese. I lived over there for 9 months. When I was in college, I wanted to learn Portuguese, and I do speak some Portuguese. So if I have any Brazilian viewers on my channel, eu falo português. Eu tô muito feliz que você está aqui comigo assistindo esse vídeo. Okay, I know most of you probably didn't get that at all, but anyways, okay, enough of my ranting. So we have the High Priestess. This is feminine energy. Let me hold this up so you can really see it. You guys could be Cancers or Pisces or just a water sign in general, but this is about tapping into one's intuition. This is about lifting the veil on what your everyday life is versus what the spiritual meaning attached to it really is. So like melding those two things together. So a lot of you up until this point in your life, up until these picky card readings you're now watching, may have lived a life that was very much about, well, this is what I can see, feel, hear, touch, so that's what is. And I'm not concerned with all these other things that I don't have facts about or, you know, that aren't tangible. And so I think you guys are in a spiritual phase of like lifting the veil of secrecy, lifting the veil between your everyday mundane world and the world that's actually going beyond, going on behind the veil, behind all of this, connecting to your guides, to your angels, to spirit, to source, and really increasing your intuition, your psychic abilities, your dreams, even at night. Some of you may be starting manifestation work, spell work. There's that lightning I was telling you guys about. I'm curious to see how loud that comes across on the video. Okay, so let's see what your other tarot cards are that will combine with this. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. Wow, you guys. You guys are really, you guys have been going through a lot up to this point, and I can feel it. Spirit has really been, you've been in a phase of being, it's like you've been shown, you may have gone through like financial losses, you may have experienced being hurt by others recently, or just like a lot of chaos around you, a lot of tangible chaos around you. But Spirit is wanting to say that it brought you those sort of circumstances and events in order for you to begin questioning the spiritual meaning behind it all, in order for you to begin tapping into the spiritual wisdom that is so beyond the arguments, the fights, the money losses, and all this sort of stuff, and how that spiritual wisdom, how that prayer and connecting to your intuition can really give you the endurance to push through, to set boundaries with others, to set boundaries for yourself, to get things done. And how, yeah, it's not something tangible. Prayer isn't tangible. But neither is love. You know, neither is pain. Those aren't tangible. They're just ideas, right? But they're very, very real. And so is spirituality. And your spiritual growth right now is it's giving you such a boost. And I'm also hearing that the difficulties that you experienced up until this point, you're now past that phase. So you can let your guard down a little bit. You can relax a little bit. There aren't any more like major hurdles or hurts coming that you need to cross. And those hurdles were only in your way actually as they were a blessing in disguise. And Spirit wants you to start viewing it that way, okay? All right, from the Starseed deck, you had this beautiful, very unique card, and it literally says on the back of it, intuition. Amazing. It says, trust your intuition. It has been guiding you to the answers that you seek. Spirit wanted you to learn how impossible it really is to accomplish in this lifetime, or on earth in general, how impossible it is to accomplish and to overcome when you're not connected to your spirituality and your intuition. And so unfortunately you did have to reach a very low point in order to come to that realization, but thank God you did, right? Because now your life's going to really take on a whole new life of its own, and your endurance, your vitality, your capability, it's all really going to skyrocket. Okay, so we had two cards from the True Love deck. Aren't these pretty? They look like, I don't know, sparkles or diamonds. And we have sexuality. And we have reparenting yourself. So I feel like a lot of you watching this are women. And I feel like there may have been some struggles with your identity. The lightning is scaring the crap out of me. I'm so sorry if I jumped, or if you jumped hearing that. I'll probably have to put a music track on the back of this just to keep you guys from jumping. Okay, so a lot of you women watching this video may have struggled with your identity and with your image for a very, very long time, like low self-esteem. And I think that low self-esteem caused you to put all of your energy towards maybe your work and your career, your studies. I think a lot of you felt like, well, you know, I'm not a beautiful woman. I'm not a desirable woman. So I might as well work on my strengths. And my strengths are, you know, work. And I can be like one of the guys, or I can be better than the men at this, and kind of like stepping into a more masculine role in life because of this low self-esteem. And I do feel like it comes from not only experiences that you may have had in high school with friends that maybe said some things, but I even think from your family or from your mom, and it may have not been directly, it could have been indirect, like perhaps your mother was just a very vain woman, always very concerned with her appearance. Maybe she was very naturally beautiful and you didn't feel like you matched up to that, okay? So all this insecurity started to build. And so you're actually, in the very near future, you're going to be reconnecting with the beauty that is not only within you, but on your exterior as well, like how beautiful you really are, and how much power is really within just how we feel about ourselves. Our feelings, I feel like your feelings, group one, have been pushed away for so long because, again, you felt like, well, feelings aren't tangible. I can't do anything with that. That doesn't do anything but get in the way. And that's because a lot of the feelings that you had were potentially quite negative, you know, negative feelings about your image, negative feelings from the past, and not really dealing with it. So there wasn't an emotional connection to yourself or your life because of that. So you're now having the bravery to open up that treasure chest of emotions that's within, and you're going to be at a point where you will be looking in the mirror and really just in complete awe of how beautiful you guys really are. And that's choking me up a bit to say that, but it's choking me up a bit to say it. I think it's because I think a lot of women, we get in this position, and hopefully we outgrow it, but some of us don't, and I know the pain of feeling that way. And with the reparenting yourself as well, it's like you are going to begin talking to yourself the way that the way that a healthy parent speaks to their child, with love and with care, but with discipline, yes, but not with shame, not with guilt, okay? And you're going to be talking to yourself that way consistently, on a consistent basis. And also when it comes to just your daily habits, like reparenting yourself, because a parent, whenever we have a low self-esteem, whenever we don't take care of ourselves properly, it is from a lack of love for ourselves, okay? And so because you're going to be learning how to love yourself more, that will directly affect not only your body, maybe your exercise routine, your eating habits, your sleeping habits, even how you dress yourself, how many times you shower a week, what sort of pampering routines you have, all of this. Wow, that lightning outside is so bright. And you're going to be connecting with that. So you're just going to feel so beautiful in the next few months. And I'm excited to see what the other oracle cards have to say, because once you start tapping into this intuition, self-love, inner and outer beauty, you can manifest so much, so much. Okay, so from our fairy deck, I have 2 cards from this. And it says, we have your desire is within reach. And we have practice, practice, practice. Your desire is within reach says, have faith as everything is working in your favor. Practice, practice, practice says, with daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. I think there's actually some hobbies that you guys had as a kid, perhaps, that you abandoned because you felt that, well, those things don't make money. Like maybe you were into dance, for example, or singing. But you're like, well, I'm not interested in making a career out of that, so I'm just going to abandon that. That's just a waste of time. And you're actually, over the next few months, Spirit wants to give you a platform and an opportunity to harness your creative gifts, to actually invest in some hobbies and some pastimes for yourself, things you can be proud of, skills that you can create that, yeah, they may not directly make money, but the emotional fulfillment and the confidence that you gain through mastering something that you really love to do will seep out into every other area of your life. So your confidence is just really getting built up. So Spirit is telling me that it wants you to actually choose some hobbies to go after and practice them weekly. Sign up for classes, whatever it is, do it, because you will be able to master it. And that mastery is going to increase your confidence, not only in this hobby, but in every area of your life, okay? All right, from the Journey deck, we have 2 cards. And one says, fogged in, go slow, take your time. And the other says, staying focused, hold the course. I thought there was another card here. I feel like with the practice, your desire is within reach, fogged in, staying focused, and a lot of the hurdles you guys have recently had to overcome. Most of you have some sort of major goal you're trying to accomplish. And the only thing that is holding you back currently, which is why Spirit brought you to this reading, is your confidence in yourself and your own self-love, okay? So if you can tap into those, then this other goal that you're after will come to fruition. And it's going to be different for all of you. It could have to do with a weight loss goal. It could have to do with some sort of, I think some of you are perhaps interested in doing your own YouTube channels or Etsy shops, or tapping into your psychic gifts. It could be for like a college degree or a particular job that you're after, okay, that you're training for. So it could take some time, okay, because we have stay focused, fogged in practice, okay? So it's Spirit's helping give you the stamina and the endurance to see this goal through, because it is yours if you're willing to see it through. So do not abandon this goal. That is so, so important. Don't abandon it. The key, the secret ingredient that you need is that confidence, that self-love, and that reparenting of yourself. Be your own best parent, okay? And that's going to help this come to fruition. From my moon deck, we have full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. And then we have South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. I do feel like this is culminating more in a career, okay? This is career stuff, I feel like, that's going on. So your dreams need a practical plan. I see that you guys know exactly what it is you want to do. The discipline hasn't been put in place, all right? And discipline has everything to do with reparenting. Being able to follow through has everything to do with self-love, okay? Love yourself enough to put a plan in place for what it is you are after and follow through on that discipline, on that plan. That is all that you need to do. With the don't let your past hold you back, I feel like what a lot of you are after right now at this point in your life is a complete 180 from what you've been doing in the past. Whether it be a total shift in careers, I do feel like it's more career, but even if it's with moving or relationships or whatever, it's like a complete 180 from what you've been doing. And I do feel like most of you are very, very good at what you've been doing up to this point. I feel like you've invested a lot of time and energy into it, and you've really mastered that skill, okay? And I think that's why you're questioning doing this complete lifestyle change. But Spirit's here to remind you that what you'd been doing up to this point was not connected to your soul, because you had your intuition turned off. You had your emotions boxed and shoved away. Now you're getting to understand what your soul really wants and needs. And so this 180 shift is truly needed. So don't let what you've done in the past up to this point, and along with the fact that, well, I don't really have any experience in this yet, like I'm very interested in it, but you know, I can't go after this yet. I'm not a master of this. Don't let any of that hold you back. You are here to be a student of something new and do a complete change in your life. Okay, from my astrology deck, we have the Sun, which is the being, and we have the 12th house, the house of surrender. So many of you may have your Sun located in the 12th house of your birth chart. You could be Pisces suns, Virgo or Taurus as well, or Leos. But I do feel with this 12th house, the Sun in the 12th house, most of you are interested in doing something related to spirituality, psychology, some sort of foreign travel or foreign language. Could be acting or like YouTube, something where you're on camera, on video. or even like yoga. You know, these are all like 12th house related sort of things. So let that be confirmation. Spirituality in general really is 12th house. Let that be confirmation that that is the direction you're meant to move in. And the 12th house is all about complete surrender, completely letting go, just feeling everything, tapping into that intuition and going where life takes you. And that is what you guys are really learning to do. So for your Miracles Now card, which I love the backs of these, it says, let me show this to you. I can change my patterns when I change my mind about them. I can change my patterns when I change my mind about them. The pattern that you have of talking and speaking to yourself, it needs to change. But you won't be able to change it unless you truly see and believe that it doesn't serve you. It doesn't help you accomplish more. It doesn't ensure that you never make a mistake again. It doesn't, okay? So tap into that compassionate, wise side of yourself. If you're wanting to lead others spiritually, learn first how to lead yourself spiritually, okay? And the patterns, this goes for everything in your life. What sort of things have you been doing the past 10, 20, 30 years that have led you to a place of feeling unfulfilled and dry and disconnected from your life? All of those patterns need to be re-examined and rewired and reworked. And you have to come to an understanding that those patterns don't serve you and won't serve you in your future. So that's really what this whole next few months is about. Spirit is breaking down these old patterns of the past, bringing in more unconditional love towards yourself and towards others, tapping into your psychic gifts and your intuitions, tapping into your inner child, learning how to reparent yourself, getting some new hobbies and skills that you're extremely excited and passionate about. These are all really, 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 really amazing things, Group 1, and I'm so excited for you. Comment below. Let me know if do you have a tarot channel? Is that what you guys are interested in doing? I'd love to check you guys out. Comment below, and I'll show you guys some support down in the comments and on your channel as well. But I look forward to this future that's unfolding before you. Be ready to receive. Open your arms wide and receive, receive, receive. Spirit's ready to give this to you. And thank you so much for watching, for being here with me, for connecting with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Love you guys. Hi, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. I'll have to warn you, like I did the last pile, there is a raging thunderstorm behind me, and there was some very loud lightning going on. I think I'll probably put some music on the video so that way you guys don't jump or get distracted, but I just wanted to forewarn you. I do want to say it's so important before we get into this reading that you take a few deep breaths and you tap into a positive mindset, a mindset that is ready to receive, because these are gifts and wonderful surprises and opportunities Spirit wants to bring into your life over the next few months, but you have to be in that positive mindset, believing that it's possible, working towards manifesting it in order to bring it to fruition. So just keep that positive believer mindset in mind throughout this reading, and let's get into it. Okay, so I want to start with the tarot cards, and then we'll get into the oracle cards. All right, so we have the Temperance card. So you may be Sagittarius, or you may just want to check out what you have in the Sagittarius area of your chart. Perhaps your midheaven is up there. But Temperance overall is about a phase of healing, enlightenment, learning what works for you and what doesn't, blending your energies with the energies of what you are doing in order to create something new, something that's harmonious and balanced. And it's an emotional phase of life. It's very emotional because we've got all that water energy that you can see here on the card. You're finding your river. You're finding what sustains you. You're finding what gives you life and what nourishes you, not only through what you're eating and consuming physically, but also what you're watching on TV, on YouTube, what you're listening to, what sort of environment you live in. And so things like that are going to be going on with you over the next few months. Okay, so with the tarot, we have 2 of Wands, King of Wands, more fire energy. Oh, and King of Cups. Okay, so with these 2 kings, this is fire energy, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and we've got water energy, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So I feel like those of you that chose pile number 2, you're very creative people. You're very naturally creative, and you're definitely like go-getters. But I do feel like you're going to be actually considering your emotions and your intuition for what you want to do next. I feel like up until this point in your life, you may have lived solely off of that fashion, maybe some of you are interested in fashion, passion, fire, and excitement, and like a can-do attitude, a competitive sort of spirit, but you've never really factored in your emotions, your emotional well-being, what feels good, what feels right. You've never put that into the equation when it comes to your plans for your future. So you are now taking that into account, and this could have to do with relationships. Perhaps you guys are moving out of a phase of like singledom into considering and thinking about a marriage partner, a life partner. I don't know, just like deeper fulfilling relationships, and realizing that, yeah, maybe I can do it all, but maybe I don't want to do it all. Maybe I do want to be able to lean on others for some sort of support, okay? So, because you guys do feel quite independent, but you're actually going to be able to consider the possibility of a relationship, and it could be with a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces. But let's get into the other cards and see what's going on. So from my True Love deck, which I like showing the backs of these because they're so pretty, we have compatibility. That goes very well with Temperance, and life purpose. Wow. Okay, so with that compatibility card, I do feel like there's a relationship that's trying to come in for you all in the next few months. But it's interesting. It's like it's not just the relationship. The relationship is only now being allowed to enter because you are coming to a realization that you can do everything, but you don't want to. And so you're kind of going through your life. It's kind of like, okay, well, I can accomplish all the things I need to get done in the day without eating a single thing. I've done it for quite some time, but do I really want to? You know, maybe I do want to start relying on some more food. Maybe I do want to cut down on the coffee. Maybe I do want to, even though I don't feel like the type of music I listen to really affects like my job or what I need to do, maybe I want to start actually listening to music that will help me, you know? And so it's like you're breaking down this sense of independence and actually wanting to lean, like welcome some other things that you can lean on in your life, whether that be a proper bedtime routine, a proper meal plan, going through the sort of things that you're taking in mentally, emotionally, physically, but that's also going to open this gateway into like a potential soulmate, a new relationship, and friendships even, like really no longer being afraid to like get vulnerable with people, to open up, to allow them to emotionally support you. And what's great about this phase in your life is it is all a part of your life's purpose. So deep, meaningful relationships, it's an important part of your life purpose. You guys may have your north node or your south node in your astrology chart in your 1st and 7th houses, okay? Or in your 2nd and 8th houses, something like that. You don't have to, but so you're stepping into your life's purpose, and you're recognizing over the next few months that your life's purpose isn't just about your career and your legacy. It has a lot to do with your relationships and your emotional well-being. Okay, from our fairy cards, we have Walk Away. And it says, leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. And we have Healing, Healed, Healer. And this says, healing energy surrounds you and this situation. So some of you may have recently gone through a breakup, or you may have recently experienced some sort of breakup, perhaps with a fire sign, or someone that doesn't feel like they are considering you in their future like you are considering them. And maybe not just in your romantic relationships, but even in your friendships, like realizing or seeing for the first time that perhaps others don't Perhaps the people in your life aren't connected as deeply to you as you are to them, and seeing this sort of imbalance. So it's going to be important during this healing phase of your life, because temperance is all about that, that you start increasing the expectations that you have of yourself and of those around you, and honoring those expectations, honoring your emotional boundaries, and really seeking out people that are truly compatible for you. Because you are a fire, if you're not a fire sign, you definitely have that fiery energy, and because you have that fiery energy, you may convince yourself quite easily that, oh, well, I don't need to find someone that's perfectly compatible. If something's a little off here or there, like, oh, I can work on changing that. I can work on adjusting that. And the idea of that might even excite you, because you guys do have this sort of go-get-em competitive sort of energy. But so this phase of your life is really about finding people who are truly compatible with you from the get-go, from the onset, and not people that you have to adjust or fix or change. And so, yeah, we have a lot of like healing energy going on here. So you can look forward to a lot of really amazing new relationships coming into your life over the next few months that are going to fulfill you, that aren't going to require a bunch of work, that are already compatible right from the very start of things, and that you can actually emotionally lean on for support. People who actually help your life and don't drain it, okay? All right, from the Journey deck, we have Desert Passage, Trust There's a Divine Plan. And we have Joy and Delight, Open Your Heart to Joy. Yeah, okay, so this is really interesting to me. But so we have this Desert Passage. Now, clearly there's no water here, right? And then we have this Temperance card, which is literally right by a river. So I think you guys have realized quite recently that you've been trying to fill your cup of water from a desert. You've been at the wrong location. And so it's almost like something clicks for you that like, oh, I can't find water out here in the desert. Why am I even trying to? Why am I doing all this work? Why am I trying to, manifest a river out here in the desert? I should just walk over to the river. I should go into the forest where the river is. So it's like it really feels like a big aha moment for you. This is something you guys didn't recognize for a long time, and you finally recognized it, and it changes everything. I mean, just imagine someone searching and searching for water in the desert for years, doing the little, straw trick where they like dig deep beneath the surface and maybe get a little bit of water. Like, just imagine the struggle of that type of life. And then if that person suddenly realizes, oh, well, if I walk a few miles this way, there's actually a forest. And then they go and find a river, and they've got a river by them for the rest of their life. Like, how much that changes everything. All of this energy that they had to spend on where's the water, got to find water, is now gone. They've got the water. And now they can invest all of their stamina and their energy into things that really fulfill and excite them. So you guys have realized this. And because of that, because of the shift you're having, you're going to find so much more joy in the next few months, such a sense of ease in the next few months. And it's almost like you've been voluntarily struggling for too long. I don't think you realized you were volunteering for it, but you were. And now it's like, you're like, bam, like, oh, nope, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm leaving the desert. I'm going into the forest. Everything's changing. That's what I keep hearing. Like, it's such a big shift. Everything changes. Just think about that metaphor I gave you about the person living in the desert, spending half of their day searching and digging up water from the ground, to then moving to the forest by the river where the water's right there. It's like you have so much more time now to spend on truly constructive, fulfilling things for yourself. And I'm really, really excited for you. Okay, from the Moonology deck, we have Full Moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast. And we have Full Moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Some of you may be going through a divorce, okay? Or, yeah, I feel like some of you may be going through a divorce right now. And that's what all of this healing has to do with. So if there's anything that you've been really stressing about or second guessing, did I make the right decision? If it wasn't a divorce and it was a relationship, if you've been overthinking it, like, did I make the right decisions? Should I be regretting this? Are things really going to turn out in my favor, or am I just going to be sad forever? Let this full moon and Libra card just reassure you that no, that's not the case, okay? You've made the right decision. You're walking into a really major healing phase in your life, and the end of this tough cycle that you've been going through, going back years, is now going to be over, because remember, you've left the desert now. You're going to the forest. There won't be any more struggling in the forest for water, okay? It's ending now, and if it wasn't for you making the decisions and the changes that you needed to make, you could have been struggling forever, because I do feel like Spirit's been trying to get through to you for some time, okay? So get out of the struggle and start spending that go get 'em attitude, can do attitude on things that bring you joy, okay? All right, let's see what we have in our astrology deck. We have Aquarius, the innovator, and we have 10th house, reputation. So I do feel like you guys, with that life purpose card that came up as well, you are going to be redefining and reorganizing your career is going to be affected by all of this emotional change that's going on in a good way. Boosted, okay? Your career is going to be boosted because it feels like you're going to have a lot more it's like you're going to find the right relationships that really provide you emotional support and well-being. And you're no longer going to be draining yourself on these people and these relationships that just sucked the life out of you. All of that extra energy that you are now receiving and that you now have left over is going to go straight into your career. So money is going to increase for you. You're also going to get some really great new ideas in regards to your career. It's like a lot of possibilities are going to open up for you. New friendships as well. Aquarius is all about friendship groups, like large groups of friends that you're involved with. But yeah, this is going to, you're going to have so much more energy to put into your craft, okay? Some of you may have a career that's very much in the public eye, or where you are kind of the face of the brand or the thing that whatever it is that you do. Or maybe you're a manager or something, but it's like it feels like you're at the front of it. And I do feel like that it may have had something to do with why you held back so long on this change, this emotional healing change going on in your life. In fact, maybe you and this other individual were business partners. Okay, so maybe for some of you it could have been a romantic business partner. For others of you it could have been a business partner that was platonic, but now you're having to walk away. So if that has been the worry for you, just know don't worry about it, okay? Spirit's got it taken care of. This will not affect your reputation. It will not affect your career. If anything, it's going to boost it. It's going to open a lot more opportunities for you, and you're going to get some really great new ideas in the future about little new things you want to do, little changes you want to make. You're going to just, your mind is just going to be very innovative for the next few months. Okay, from the Miracles Now deck, we have, I share my light with the world. Some of you may be interested in doing something online, okay? And I would say go for it if that's the case. Aquarius and 10th house, those are signs that are very much in the public eye. But yeah, you've got to make sure before you can step into that role that you are truly healed, right? That you are nourished, that you are well, because it takes a lot of energy to give yourself to the world in any capacity. So just don't question yourself, okay? And yes, absolutely share yourself with people. Don't let this situation that you had, whatever it was that you're leaving behind, close you off to others, okay? I think that's really the main message Spirit wants to get across. Spirit wants to bring in new emotionally fulfilling relationships. So don't let this negative experience that you had with someone block you from letting anyone else come in again ever. You're smart enough now to know what you need to look for, what's compatible with you and what isn't. So just trust that, okay? Now, I just realized this was the first card I was supposed to reveal to you all, but it ended up being last. Isn't that pretty? And this is from my Starseed deck. And on the back, it says, reflection. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. So reflection, this has a lot to do with relationships and how you are choosing your relationships going forward. So often we are attracted to people that represent our shadow self. Our shadow self are the traits that we deny within ourselves, that we're ashamed of in ourselves, that we've suppressed, that we're no longer aware of, that we deny, okay? And when we have not connected to our shadow self and really unearthed it and dissected it and accepted it, then we tend to gravitate towards people that reflect that shadow self within us, but on a more negative, like lower vibrational level, okay? So with the reflection card, with the temperance and the healing and healer card, this is a time for you to really connect with your shadow self, to really dissect, why did I choose these people in my life? What was I attracted to in them? Because yes, they are a problem, they are the problem, but I also chose them. So there's something else going on in here with me too that I need to dissect and analyze and really heal. So getting to know your shadow self and accepting it truly is going to be a very important part of this phase for you. But this is all really, really good things coming in, good relationships, good career endeavors. I'm so looking forward to what Spirit is going to be giving you over the next few months. So keep your heart open, be ready to receive. Remember, you're moving out of the desert and into the forest right by the river. There is nothing to fear and everything to be excited about. So I'm praying for you guys, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Thank you so much. Bye. Hi, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. I'm so excited to see what Spirit's going to be bringing you over the next few months. I do want to ask you before we begin to take a few deep breaths and tap into your positive mindset, your believer mindset, your manifesting mindset, because these are things Spirit wants to give to you, but it can only give it to you if you're ready to receive it. So tap into this receptive energy as we go throughout this reading so that you can ensure that you will be grasping onto these gifts, onto this positive energy as it comes in for you, okay? All right, let's get into the cards. I want to take a look at this top card first. I don't know if you can really see the back of it well, but that's a face there. And I think this is supposed to look like planet Earth. And it says on the back, Earth Guide. It says, your sacred calling upon this planet is to simply love and be loved. I feel like a lot of you that chose this pile may be the type of people that kind of go in and out of depression and may get sick of life quite easily, or just overcome with doubts about what the point of it even is, or why you're even here, that you don't really belong here, you belong somewhere else. And this card, let this card be a reminder to you that being here on earth is something that you chose to do, okay? Regardless of, it can be easy to fall into a mindset of, well, I didn't choose to be here. My parents got pregnant with me. I couldn't help it. I don't really like this life thing, okay? This card is a reminder to you that you actually did consciously choose to come down here to earth, to be an earth guide, to showcase love to the world through loving yourself, through loving others, through tapping into the love that life has to offer. You volunteered for this role. You weren't forced into it. It was something your soul truly wanted to do, okay? It saw planet Earth like a cause that it wanted to help support, that it wanted to help progress, and it was very much excited to come down into this life in order to do that. Now, because you have this sort of, like, your spirit, your soul's energy feels very like progressive and very excited to accomplish these things, but because overall you wanted to showcase to the world how to find love and how to show and receive love, you did choose to come into some quite difficult experiences in this life, and you did it consciously because you knew that, well, in order to be looked up, in order to really show people, show humanity that you can find love, I need to show them that you can find it even in the darkest places, that you can overcome adversity and come out the other side even brighter than before, even better than before, even more excited and with more joy than before. So these difficult things that you experienced were very consciously planned out by you. And so your soul is just saying to remember that, or if you've forgotten it, remember that. Remind yourself of that, okay? You're gaining wisdom through each experience, and you're actually saving a lot of people through what you've been through. You're saving others, and if you haven't started that process yet of saving others, you will be soon. Maybe that's what you're stepping into. You are an example to the world of what love is, how to love yourself, how to love others, how to be a part of this thing called life, and be fully present in it, okay? Sorry, that was kind of a long intro into the other cards, but that was a very strong message that wanted to come through for you guys, okay? Let's see what the tarot cards have to say, and then we'll get into the oracles. All right, so for the tarot card, we have the Empress, and literally that's the sign of Venus right there on her shield. Venus is all about love. Love, and it's a very, the Empress is a very earthy energy as well. She's creative, she manifests, she gives birth to life. You know, she's usually depicted as pregnant on standard tarot decks. So you're meant to tap into this Venus-y energy, loving the earth, loving the earthly life and the earthly realm, and tapping into your very like sensual side and your creative and abundant side, and this relaxed energy in believing that the earth has what you need and that the earth will provide for you, not being in a state of worry or stress or doubt, and really embracing that. For a lot of you, pregnancy is a big part of your Earth Guide mission and your mission in this lifetime. Not for all of you, but for some of you, yes, pregnancy is a big part of this, and perhaps even miscarriage, pregnancy loss, abortion, having to give your child up for adoption. I do feel that some of you watching have experienced those things, and just know that was all a part of those difficult sort of circumstances and trials that were pre-planned in your life because of the wisdom you're going to gain on the other side of it, and how you're going to turn those difficult experiences into pure unconditional love that will be given and shown to others, okay? All right, so for the tarot cards, some of you guys may be Tauruses or Libras as well with this Venus energy, or you may have Venus in your first house of your natal chart, all right? Okay, so we have 10 of Cups, beautiful. Four tarot cards came out for you, and only 3 came out for the other groups. 9 of Cups, wow, lots of cup energy. 7 of Swords, and 3 of Wands. Okay, so emotional fulfillment is going to be big for you in the next few months. Romantically, friendships, I mean, 10 of Cups is all about like the happy family at home, like just emotionally fulfilled and abundant. 9 of Cups is about being so emotionally fulfilled that you feel like you have something to brag about to other people in regards to it. Like, look at all my friends, look at my happiness, look at my joy. But I do feel like some of you may be prone to isolating yourself or trying to like do things without like going unnoticed, like really just sneaking by people. There seems to be a distrust with people in general. And so I do feel like you sometimes may convince yourself like, no, I'll just be at home, I'll just be by myself, I'll just do my own thing. And in the next few months, you're going to be stepping into a more embracing energy of actually manifesting a lot of good people in your life and a lot of emotional fulfillment. It's all about happiness and love with this placement. There could be some, I feel like some of you watching are actually already married. So I think over the next few months for you all, it's going to be about really reconnecting with your partner and reconnecting with your partner, reconnecting with your children, and really just becoming emotionally fulfilled with them. Because I feel like over the past few months, you may have been very focused on business endeavors, like things going on in your career, your job, or even like things that you do when no one's watching, and you know, kind of the sneaky things that you do when no one else is around, whether that be, you know, a certain YouTube channel that you really like to watch. Maybe you're spending a lot of time lately just like watching YouTube video after YouTube video and kind of emotionally neglecting your family or your partner or your friends because of that. All these things that you like to do in your quiet time, it feels like it's overtaken or become a bit imbalanced with your emotional life. And even though you really enjoy those things that you do by yourself, you haven't realized up to this point how much you really need emotional connection with others, physical touch from others, and how that whenever you don't get that and you keep doing these things in isolation or alone, it does lead your mind into a depression, into anxiety. And so it's important that you offset that alone time with good, happy times with family, friends, and loved ones. So you're going to be learning this energy, and the Empress is just going to be bringing you a lot of just love, sensuality, just good, relaxing times. All right, so from my True Love deck, we have creativity. Look how pretty. And we have self-respect. And these cards almost look like two opposites, right? One's in the night, one's in the day, one is alone, one is with someone else. So I do feel like some of you may stay up actually really late doing your sort of things in your alone time, and then you miss out on a lot during the day. I do feel like for some reason there's a distrust with people. You don't trust people to treat you right or not overstep your boundaries. Even your loved ones, it's almost like, I just don't want to deal with it. I'd rather just be alone and kind of do the things alone that make me happy, which is good to be a strong enough person to be capable of having alone time and not be like so codependent, but it does feel a little bit out of balance. So, and I feel like this career thing that you're after has really started to, it's led you kind of into a depressive, anxious state because you're emotionally drained. Okay, that creative spark, that creative energy, those creative, amazing ideas can't go into your work if you don't have a well to pull from. So what you need to do is you need to step out of your little work box, whatever it is you're after work-wise, or your alone time, and go fill up your emotional well with love and affection from others. And for you guys, I'm feeling you really need physical touch from people. Hugs, kisses, maybe some time in the bedroom with somebody. Like, you need that physical touch because it's going to directly translate into your work afterwards. It's going to boost your the joy in your mind. It's going to relieve the anxiety and the depression. It's very, very important. So that's what you're going to be doing over this next phase. I see just a lot of joy, a lot of touch, a lot of affection, a lot of love, a lot of time with loved ones for you all. That's going to then positively affect whatever it is you're working on in your career. Yeah, I feel like it has to do with career, but if not career, then just mentally, like your mental state becoming more positive overall. Okay, so from the fairy deck, we have, daughter, and it says the answer to your question involves your daughter. Oh, wow, and marriage. I knew you guys were married with kids. I think probably everyone watching it is. The fairies join you in celebrating wedded bliss. Okay, so some of you guys may be planning a marriage, and maybe the marriage planning has taken over and you're getting exhausted and depressed because it's a lot to do. For others of you, you're already married, and it's like I was talking about before, where you're just kind of drained because you're not getting that physical affection that you need. You're not giving that into your relationships. And so with the Empress and with daughter and marriage, just let this be proof that what you really need right now is time, quality time with your loved ones, with your children, with your spouse, and it's going to make all the difference. I think a lot of you may be planning either like a staycation at home over the next few months, or a trip or a vacation. If you don't have that in the works, do that, because you have the perfect energy for that kind of thing right now. So like some really good quality time with the people that you love, and a little bit less alone time for the time being. Okay, let's see what we have with the journey deck. We have taking shelter, the answers are within, and gates of triumph, success expands in your life. Okay, so with taking shelter, I'm leaning more towards staycation, but this is just making me, what this card says to me is that everything that you need right now in your life is through your home and your family. That's everything for you right now during this next time period. And that's really what you're going to be seeing over the next few months. Pregnancy could be in the cards for you. I don't know if I mentioned that before. Or yeah, a wedding of some sort. But you kind of going into your home for that emotional fulfillment, and with your spouse or your children, it's going to directly boost what's going on outside of the home in regards to your career and your success in your career. It's going to boost your creativity. See how this relationship, this marriage, it increases the creativity. And you guys may be considering working from home. And if you are, then I'd say go for it. The energy's right. Spirit may be bringing you an opportunity for that. And if you've been second guessing it, do not. Because I do see that you're going to be learning over the next few months that the more I invest in my home life and in my loved ones and my family, in my marriage, my children, the more successful I become, the more money that comes in, the more abundance that comes in, the more ideas and happiness that comes in. That's what Spirit's bringing you. So I see a lot of happy times at home, a lot of good meals, a lot of short trips, a lot of just like good quality time with the people that you love most. Okay, from my Moonology deck, we have New Moon in Scorpio, and it says, work through your fears. And Mutable Moon, nothing is yet set in stone. Okay, so there's something in regards to this career, there's a career thing or something outside of your emotional life that you guys have been chasing after. And I do feel that you've been a bit drained by it. But Scorpio is all about like our emotional depths. And it's like you haven't quite tapped into that side of yourself. So over the next few months, through your connections with your family, you're going to be tapping into this very deep, very profound, very vulnerable emotional depth down into your core that's going to shift a lot of things for you as far as whatever this goal, this thing is that you're after, your career, whatever you're creating, or your business. That's what's missing. What's missing is the emotional connection, the emotional fulfillment. Once you tap into that, it's like it's going to get the gears moving on this other thing that you're after, okay? And with nothing as yet set in stone, I think if there's something you guys have been after that you're not seeing great results from yet, and you're starting to second guess it, that nothing is yet set in stone card is just a reminder that that can shift, that tide can shift and change whenever you're ready for it to. So don't abandon it, don't give up on it, just go fulfill yourself emotionally for a bit of time, and then come back to this workspace, and it's going to start working out. Okay, from the astrology deck, we have, very beautiful, we have Neptune, which is dreams. And we have Pluto, which is transformation. And Pluto also rules Scorpio. Yeah, there's a big, with this Neptune dreams card, there is a really, really big dream you guys have been working on, but you've just been draining yourself for it. And you haven't remembered to get your emotional fulfillment, okay? And the emotional fulfillment, the emotional connection somehow that you have with your children or your spouse or your significant other, is going to completely transform something in regards to this business concept or creative idea that you were after. It's going to affect it somehow in a very positive way. And I think that where you're headed right now with it is actually going to shift and change a bit for the positive, for the better. But that shift or change won't be able to happen until you tap into your deeper emotional nature and your emotional self. And physical touch, again, is what I'm hearing. So that's going to transform some things for you. So you've got a lot of good coming to you in your business endeavor that Spirit's trying to bring in. Spirit will be giving you opportunities to connect to your emotional nature, opportunities with loved ones, with your spouse, with your kids. Say yes to all of it. Say yes to the playtime. Say yes to the date night. Say yes to the invites from friends, because something's going to click or shift with your YouTube channel or your Etsy shop or your business, like whatever it is that you're after. It's an important key ingredient. So Spirit is actually over the next few months bringing you a key essential ingredient towards your success, and it's also going to make you very emotionally happy. Okay, so the last card I have is from the Miracles Now deck, and it says, I pray before I pay. And this is about that. So the Empress is all about manifesting. She's a manifester, okay? She's grateful, she's abundant, she's fulfilled, and she's very connected to her creative center. So with this I pray before I pay card, I think this is saying that it's just very important that I feel like in what you guys are doing career-wise, whatever that is, there's a lot of mental activity going on, but not enough spiritual and emotional activity connected to it. So I would say to remind yourself that before you start working on this project, every time before you go into it, take a second to pray before you start working on it. Make time to do something that makes you emotionally fulfilled before you go into this work endeavor, and it's going to make all the difference in what it is you're after. It's going to improve the quality of it. It's going to make it resonate with more people. So that's very, very important. More prayer as you are working so that you can get that guidance from Spirit and what to do next so that you can transform what it is you are doing. All right? Okay. I hope that this resonated with you guys. Pile number 3. Comment below. Let me know what endeavor it is you guys are working on, what resonated, what didn't. And I will see you all in the next Pick a Card reading. I love you. Bye. Hi, pile number 4, and hello, Alicia. For those of you who didn't listen to the intro, Alicia is an Etsy client for mine. She purchases private readings on my Etsy shop, and she actually gave me the idea for this Pick a Card reading, so I wanted to dedicate a pile for her. But if you resonated with this pile as well, if you were drawn to this pile as well, that's because the message applies to you also. So with that being said, let's get into this reading. Take a few deep breaths before we pull the cards. Tap into that positive mindset. These are gifts that Spirit is wanting to give to you in the next few months, but it cannot give it to you if you're not ready to receive it and if you don't believe that it's for you. So keep that positive mindset as we go through the cards so that you can manifest this in your life, so that you can receive it when Spirit brings it to you. Okay, so the first card I want to read is from my Starseed deck. And it says, Guidance. You are not alone. You are guided by masters and teachers of the highest realms. And it's very likely that they brought you to this reading here today. So you have an increase. It feels like your spiritual team, the spiritual team around you is increasing. There are new ancestors coming through, new spirit guides, new angels that have been assigned to your spiritual team that are giving you guidance everywhere you go during this time. So something's leveling up in your life, group number 4. Something new is on the horizon, and a lot of things are going to be manifested for you over the next few months, because I can feel this in your spiritual team has grown and has expanded, and that only happens when there are new things being worked on, new things being brought in. So let's see what this is all about. Okay, so we have the Hierophant. So some of you may be Tauruses, but not necessarily. And the Hierophant is not only about spiritual growth, like maybe becoming part of a specific ministry or a church group or some sort of religious community, or seeking out a spiritual or religious teacher that gives you a lot of wisdom. But the Hierophant, the pastor, is also the person that performs marriage ceremonies. So I feel like for a lot of you, marriage is what's trying to manifest in your life, like a relationship that's going to stand the test of time and last a lifetime for you. So that's super exciting, and it could be with a Taurus person as well. Let's see what the other tarot cards have to say. All right, we have 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Oh, and then we have this card, which is the Unicorn card, okay, which is about spiritual growth and advancement. And then we have 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like, first of all, for those of you that are interested in marriage, there's going to be, I feel like the wedding is going to be really, really big. Like there's going to be a lot of money put into this wedding. And if you've been second guessing whether or not you should really spend on this wedding, I would say begin saving so that you can spend big, because I see a really, really big, happy celebration. This marriage that's coming into your life is going to increase your finances a great, great deal. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't continue saving, but it's going to really increase your finances, increase your family. This person's going to be very tapped in spiritually. So they're also going to increase your own spiritual awareness. I feel like you and this person are going to have certain rituals and ceremonies that you perform together, whether that be praying before every meal or praying before bedtime, or attending some sort of service, church service or something together on Sundays, or he seems quite wise and spiritually connected. So this person, this marriage that's coming in, is going to increase your finances. He seems financially stable and increase your spiritual awareness. So that's amazing. Okay, from our love deck, we have dating. What did I say? What did I say? Ooh, and chivalry. Look, that's him right there. Chivalry. Yes, this person seems very mature. Okay, so I think for most of you, you're not engaged right now, and you're probably in the dating phase with this person, and I feel like you may have just met them recently and you've been dreaming about the possibilities, but you're like, well, should I get too excited about it because I don't know? So let this reading be a confirmation to you that yes, this is the right person, and so don't second guess it. Do not push this away. Remember, at the beginning of this reading I said Spirit wants to bring you these things, but you have to believe that you deserve to receive it. Otherwise, you will push this thing out of your life. You'll push this person out of your life. This person is very sweet, very old-fashioned in a lot of ways. In the way he carries himself and his beliefs, he feels very conservative, maybe a bit older than you, but definitely very mature and wise. And so enjoy this dating phase and don't second guess it too much. Because again, the only reason you would second guess it is if you don't believe that you deserve to receive it, and you do. So just receive it. Just be excited about it and receive it, okay? From the fairy deck, we have, what did I say about finances? Debt paid off. And then we have do some research. With the debt paid off, that correlates to this person that you'll be coming into union with, marrying. He has really got his finances under control. He's really going to increase your finances. It seems like he has money to spare. And a lot of your old debts are going to be paid off because of this union. He just seems very giving, very nurturing, and it's just going to relieve a lot of stress from your life. I feel like a lot of you for a long time have been living in a struggle financially where you have to be so overly concerned with every little penny that you spend and feel very restricted. And this person is really he's got money and he's very giving, and just embrace that. Don't feel guilty about it. He wants to share his finances with you. He wants to help lift you out of that poverty mindset and out of that restriction. So just enjoy it, girl. Seriously. Okay, with the do some research card, I feel like some of you are second guessing something in your career or your job, and I feel like the job that you have picked out for yourself isn't quite right. It feels like you're on the right track, but it's not quite it. And you may be second guessing the job thing because of where this individual lives. They might live at a distance from you, okay? And so you have like a job, so you're like, well, should I leave it? And will I be able to find the right job here? And he may be helping with some of that. But do some more research, because you're kind of in the right line of what you want to do, but not quite. There's another branch of study that you need to go down. So it'll be similar to what you're thinking, but not quite it, okay? So take your time, do a little bit of more research on that, see what other options you have in regards to this job you're considering or this new career path you're considering. Yeah, it says here, look into it further before proceeding, all right? So don't rush into the job thing. Okay, from the Journey deck, we have Passion and Pleasure, Savor Your Life, and Valiant Courage, Take Action with Passion. We have a couple of horses here because there's a horse on the Chivalry card as well. So I do feel like this person may live at a distance, and I think you're going to be the one that needs to make the move at the end of all of this. Once this comes into like marriage or moving in with this person, you're going to need to move towards them. So have the courage to do that. If this person has asked you to come live with them, it's time for you to say yes. It's time for you to grab the courage and do it, because he feels right, and he's going to put you in a place where you can actually focus on enjoying your life and not being so focused and concerned with the money and the bills and making ends meet. You've been in that phase for too long, so it's time to go into a more pleasurable, fun, like allow yourself to be taken care of a bit, It's going to be really, really good for you. So move, okay? Move if you need to for this person. Okay. From the Moonology deck, we have full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. And new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. With this don't let pride get in your way, I think this has to do with the romantic relationship, because I see that a lot of you, or all of you that chose this pile, have relied on yourself and only yourself for far too long. And so I think what you're second guessing about this person that's coming into your life is, well, I'm not used to being taken care of. I'm used to, I can take care of my own self. I've been doing it for so long. Like, no, I don't want your help. I don't want your money. I don't need your love. Like, I'm fine over here just taking care of me. Don't let your pride get in the way, okay? This is not about you being incapable of taking care of yourself. Of course you're capable of taking care of yourself. You've been doing it for decades, right? This isn't about that. It's about just allowing yourself to receive love, allowing yourself to share responsibilities with someone, to share a life with someone. Because even though you feel like, oh, well, this person's giving me everything and I have nothing to give him, like he's got all the money, I'm moving into his house, you know, he's helping level me up, like, gosh, I'm not giving him anything. That's not true at all. That's how you're viewing it, but it's so the opposite. To this man, you would be giving him so much emotional fulfillment, which is really what he needs more than anything. He doesn't need help with money. He seems good with that. What he's looking for is someone who can help emotionally fulfill him. And that's what you're offering. And that is great. That's amazing. That's worth more than money. So don't let your pride get in the way. Don't turn this offer down. Don't turn this relationship down. It is the right relationship for you. And with your hard work is paying off, I think this has to do with this sort of career shift or change that you are considering. Whatever it is, it's something that you've put in a lot of work towards already, and that's really good. It's like, I don't think you need to completely abandon it at all. Keep going down the same path, but there is like a shift that's needed. There's another avenue of this same thing that you're doing that's offered, like another branch of it that would be more suited to you, okay? All right, with the astrology cards, we have Venus, love, there you go. We have ascendant, outlook, and we have the numinous, mystery. And that's interesting because that's what this card is too. It's the numinous, the mystery. So yeah, spiritual growth is really, really big for you all during this time. With that ascendant card coming up, I do feel like a move is needed, and I do feel like this relationship is going to change a lot about how you look, because I think it's going to afford you the ability to buy the more expensive clothes, go to the hair salon more often, get your nails done more often. Like, you're going to have the ability to and the time to really pamper yourself and connect to your feminine energy, and you're going to feel really good. But it's also, this relationship is so important to your spiritual growth. You absolutely need this relationship to go into this next level of spiritual growth that spirit is trying to give you. So yes, there's a lot of unknowns. I feel like for most of you, you haven't had a really serious relationship up until this point. So yes, it's new. Yes, it's unknown. Maybe you feel a bit scared, a bit apprehensive, but take this reading as a sign to say no to all of that, feeling apprehensive and scared, and say yes to embracing and being courageous and really jumping into this relationship, ready to receive the love that it's trying to bring you. Okay, for our last card from the Miracles Now deck, we have sometimes no is the most loving response. Sometimes no is the most loving response. I think I need to pull a card for that, because that seems completely out of alignment with what the rest of this reading is saying. So, and I don't want to just make up something for you guys, so I want to get a card to clarify. So Spirit, this last card, sometimes no is the most loving response. What is this in regards to? Let me get a jumper card. Okay, so we have 10 of Wands that came out to explain this. So, okay, so I think that obviously with this card, you guys have been burdened for quite some time. I feel like there's a lot of responsibilities that you're carrying on your shoulders. for someone else. It may be parents that you have to take care of a lot, okay? So some of you may live with your parents, or you may take care of your parents, or there may be a sibling or someone in your life that that you just have to take care of a lot in a way that isn't normal for someone of your age to be doing. And so that may be another reason why you've been holding back on this relationship and this move, because I do see this relationship requires you to possibly relocate. I think you've been questioning it because there are people that you're kind of indebted to that you're required to do a lot for. And so you're like, well, how do I do that? How do I leave them behind? Okay, but you do need to, okay? It's time to move into the next phase of your life, and these people will find a way to take care of their own needs or have someone else that can help take care of their needs. So you need to let go of that guilt or that obligation that you feel, and you shouldn't feel the need to explain yourself, because that's what this card is all about. Like, sometimes saying no, just saying no, is the most loving thing to do, okay? Also because you don't want to enable people either. You may feel that by you no longer taking care of this person's needs, you're being the mean person. But you saying no to that could be the most loving thing, because it's going to require them to learn how to do it themselves. And they're going to learn so much through that. They're going to gain confidence through that. They're going to gain self-awareness through that. So that was so loving of you to refuse to do those extra things for them. So that's something you need to remember during this phase. Do not let obligations to people that you shouldn't really be that obligated to keep you back from your future growth, your future marriage, your future job, your future relocation, your move, okay? That is so, so important for you guys to just remember during this time, okay? All right, comment below. Let me know how it resonated, and let me know a little bit about this new gentleman coming into your life and this big wedding. And I will see you all in the next reading. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I love you guys. Bye. Hi, group number 5, and hi, Micah. For those of you who didn't hear the intro, Micah is one of the Etsy clients that has that gave me the idea for this reading. Her and Alicia both did, and so I just wanted to acknowledge her and say thank you. And this was the pile that I designated for her, but I just want to remind you that if you felt drawn to this pile, it's because the message in this pile was also meant for you. So don't let that scare you away or make you second guess yourself, all right? So another thing I want to say before beginning is it's so important that you take a few deep breaths and connect to that positive energy within you, a positive mindset, a manifestation mindset, and get yourself ready to receive. Get yourself in a receptive state of abundance, because these are things Spirit wants to bring you over the next few months, but it will not be able to bring it to you if you're not willing to receive it. So in order to receive, you have to believe that you deserve it, and you have to believe that this is coming. So tap into that state right now and throughout this reading so that you can manifest these things in your life. All right, so the first card I want to show you is the top card, the Starseed card. I want to show you the front of this. Isn't that pretty? See the eye there? And it says, dreams. The universe speaks to you through your dreams. So I think this can mean a couple of things. You guys might have had some dreams recently or in the coming future, like at night when you're asleep, that may contain a deeper meaning that you should research and look into the symbolism behind, because your guides and your angels are speaking to you through those dreams that you wake up and remember the next day. But in the bigger message of this, I feel like there are some big, big dreams that you guys have had within you for a long time that maybe seem too unrealistic, or too much like, oh, well, that's just a fantasy, that's not realistic. But yet you have always had this craving, this desire, and this dream, and this excitement to do this thing. Maybe you daydream about it. Maybe you did as a child. And that card is confirmation that if Spirit has put a dream inside of you, it's because you were meant to accomplish it. Not everyone has a dream to be an international singer, for example. That's not been anything I've ever dreamed about, okay? But if it was in me, it's because Spirit put it there. And so it means that that's something important to my life purpose, my life path, and it's something I need to pursue. So I think that there is some sort of big dream that those of you who chose this group have always wanted or desired to do, but you've told yourself it's not realistic, and you've kind of pushed it to the side to go after more realistic things. But that dream inside of you isn't going to go away until you go after it, until you pursue it, because Spirit planted it in you for a reason, okay? Let's see what the tarot cards have to say, and then we'll get into the oracles. Okay, so from my tarot deck, we have the Sun. So you all may be Leos like me. I'm a Leo. Comment below if you're a Leo. But the Sun is the happiest card in the tarot deck. Literally, if you look up definitions of tarot cards, the Sun's definition is the happiest card in the tarot deck. So you guys have a lot of joy coming for you in the next few months, and potentially a lot of spotlight. So maybe what I mentioned about singing wasn't a coincidence. Maybe a lot of you are interested in becoming actors, singers, dancers, or just in some sort of career where you really get to show off your talents and where you're really in the spotlight. This card often talks about new children coming into your life as well, because children bring a lot of joy and help us tap into our own inner child, our own creative center. But just a lot of joy is coming in for you, and a lot of opportunities for you to kind of show off what you got. So let's see what the other tarot cards have to say. Okay, we have 9 of Wands. Let me move these this way. 6 of Wands. And 9 of Swords. All right. Okay. So you guys have victory and spotlight coming in. I see that with the Sun and with 6 of Wands, because it's a card of victory and kind of being on the high horse and being recognized for something. But Spirit needs you to work through a couple of things. With the 9 of Wands and the 9 of Swords, I do see that you guys have held yourself back from this. I feel like this may have been something that you considered pursuing or attempted to pursue a while back, and things didn't quite work out. So you just completely abandoned it, and then you put up this guard, you put up this wall, this protective wall around you, and thought, well, I'm not doing that again. There was a lot of pain associated with that decision. I see a lot of regret, a lot of pain, a lot of sadness. Not regret, I guess, because you feel like, well, I just couldn't accomplish it. This dream was in me, but it just wasn't for me. And I just see a lot of sadness from that. But what Spirit wants you to realize with this 9 of Wands is you were actually you were almost at the breakthrough point before you gave up, before you quit, before circumstances came in and tore this away from you. So if you start again, it won't be like starting from scratch, because you're going to pick up where you left off. So it's not going to be very long before you get the victory that you're after in regards to this dream. And it's time to get out of this pain, because with that 9 of Swords, it's like, yeah, you guys have some sort of really big dream within you that is meant for you. So believe it and go after it. Spirit is going to be bringing you an opportunity in the next few months to go after this thing and to be victorious. Okay, let's see what the oracle cards have to say. Manifestation. Beautiful. And soulmates. How sweet is that? Oh my goodness. Okay, so for some of you, this dream may have to do with a marriage or a particular person. Maybe there was a breakup that you have never truly gotten over, and you've always wanted to get back with this person but thought it wasn't for you. Okay, so for those of you, let this reading be a message to you that you are meant to reconnect with that person, okay? That things will be different this time, that the difficult things you experienced were simply part of the trials and tribulations that were preparing your souls to become one. So it's time to let down that guard, let down that wall, and yes, you can go back to this person. If you're constantly thinking about them, constantly dreaming about them, that's for a reason, okay? So work on manifesting that in your life. For others of you, if this is in regards to a career thing, then this is something you can actively start manifesting right now. But manifestation has 2 components. First, it has, you have to believe, okay, that you can have this and that it is meant to be yours. But then the second part, after you get past the believing thing, that's often the hardest part, is taking steps towards manifesting it, doing the little things that it takes to manifest it. But Spirit's bringing you manifestation and deep soul fulfillment and a lot of love and happiness in the next few months if you guys are willing to receive it. Okay, so from the fairy deck, we have business adventure. Yes, yes, yes. And we have flower power. Flower power says spend time with flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. So for some of you that I spoke about, the sun card can often bring in children into your life. Some of you may have been trying for a pregnancy, or maybe have experienced a failed pregnancy. And this message was meant for you because Spirit wanted to say that it's coming, okay? The baby is coming, the child is coming. Don't give up now, okay? You want this badly because it is meant for you. It's a dream within you. So just keep that in mind. I hope that helps boost your spirit and get you through this sort of darker period. And then for the other side of you watching, we have the business adventure card, which is talking about this sort of big business dream. All of you that chose this pile are big dreamers, and you've had a very specific dream, whether it was to become a mother and have a child, whether it was to be in the spotlight in your career and do something big and crazy and maybe get some fame, or whether it was to go back with this person from your past that you really never got over and that was your soulmate. But these are like big things. So I feel like this pile is separated into 3 types of people. Or if you're a big dreamer, all 3 of these things may apply to you. And maybe that's why it's showing up kind of choppy like this, because it's not usual for a pile, but I'm seeing 3 distinct people here in front of me. So I'm trying to touch on all 3 of those. But victory is coming for you. True bliss and happiness is coming for you in the next few months, okay? All right, from the Journey deck, we have protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels. And first light, beginning a new cycle. And there's the sun and moon there. So yeah, this dream that's been put in you that I've been talking about since the beginning, it was put there because it's meant for you. And even though you've gone through some pain in your past in regards to this dream, and I see that here, Spirit is urging you that from now moving forward, you are divinely protected. You're just meant to take that first step and to start believing. This situation is protected. Only good things are going to manifest from this situation. Only victory, only happiness. So just tap into that and believe it. And with this first light, beginning a new cycle, it's just another reminder that this pain and this difficult experience from your past, it's now ending, okay? This is a new cycle that's beginning. So stop comparing what happened before to what could happen in the future. It won't. You're in a new phase, a new cycle, okay? Let go of that fear and that anxiety. From the Moonology deck, we have New Moon in Gemini, communication is key, and full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. So the communication is key. For those of you who are considering going back to someone from your past that you never got over, the one that got away, make that first step to communicate with them. For those of you who have this goal of a career goal of like being in the spotlight, I think it has a lot to do with communication. So it could be a YouTube channel, it could be acting, it could be singing, all right? But it's important that you go ahead and get yourself out there. Begin communicating. It could even be writing. Start taking those steps. That's how you manifest. Believe in it and then start taking the steps towards it. With the fiery climax approaches, I feel like, yeah, it feels like something very exciting is about to burst open, okay? The next few months for you are not going to be like, oh, a few good things here and there, and oh, that was really good. I mean, this is like something really major. This is like life-shifting energy. This is intense emotions, very climactic. Like if I was to watch a movie of your life from beginning to end, this would be the climactic point of everything. And that's huge. That's so exciting. So that's what's going on with you for the next few months. So just look forward to it, embrace it, and take action. Okay, from the astrology deck, we have Leo. We have the Sun card and Leo. Are you guys Leos like me? Comment below. Leo, the lover. And we have Gemini again, the butterfly. So Leo's the performer. Gemini's the communicator. So, okay, again, I'm getting separate messages here. Leo also rules children. Maybe that's why these are 3 separate messages, because Leo rules so many different things. Leo rules children, but it also rules like performance and creativity, and it even says the lover here with love, okay? And then Gemini is the butterfly, and it's all about communication and talking. So for those of you trying to manifest a pregnancy, prayer is really important. I think you need to talk with people about what you went through. You need to open up and communicate. Maybe you had a miscarriage and you hid it from people. Something needs to be communicated. You have to get that off of your chest, and Spirit's going to bring you opportunities for that. If this is about you reconnecting with someone from the past, it's time to do that. Be the first one to reach out. Be the first one to communicate. Approach the situation with an open heart, not a guarded, closed off heart, okay? And then for those of you interested in performing in some sense, it's a time to take action on it. I mean, with the Sun card, the Leo card, business venture, it's time. It's time to go. Like, there's no need to wait around anymore. Harness this dream, harness its energy, harness its power, and take action on it. Wow. Okay, so the last card here from the Miracles Now deck, it says, by spreading loving energy, I attract more love. So it's so important, just like what I said at the beginning of the reading, that you tap into your positive mindset during this time. By spreading loving energy, I attract more love. Put love out into the universe so that the universe can shove it back into your face, okay? So in your relationships, in the way you treat yourself, in the actions that you take upon the world, spread love, and the universe will bring the love back to you in the form of a child, in the form of an amazing career, in the form of a soulmate, a marriage, a life partner. It will bring it back. So get the wheel started. Start turning it yourself by putting out love in your own life, because it's going to come back to you tenfold, you guys. You guys have this is the most exciting pile actually that I tapped into. The energy is so high, so exciting, that I can't wait to see what's unfolding for you in the next few months. Leave me a comment below and let me know what it is that's going on in your life, what you're trying to manifest, what this dream is that's within you. And I would love to communicate with you down in the comments below. But okay, I'm going to leave you guys here, and thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next reading. All right, love you, bye.